Hello, thank you students. Today we will teach sociology second chapter, culture. Culture, it is, the human being is not only a social being but also cultural being. It is not only a human being but also a cultural being, because culture keeps human beings different from the animals. It keeps human being different from the animals because his behavior and his behaviors are different. So in a society, he understands the culture, traditions, social systems. So the culture keeps a human being different from animals. Every human being can be considered as a cultural representative. Every human being is considered as a cultural representative. Culture and society are the two faces. Culture and society are the two faces of the same coin. And human beings, religious, social, religious, political, economical, spiritual aspects are decided by the culture. Everyone's social aspects, everyone's economic, political, religious aspects are decided by a culture. So culture is a very important aspect, and culture is considered as the main aspect of the social change. Social changes take place. It is due to the culture. So it is considered as a main aspect of the social change. Social changes take place. It is because of the culture. If the culture is good, there is a social changes. So every social changes take place due to the cultural aspect. So it is considered as the biological system of a social tradition. Culture indicates the lifestyle, music, literature, arts, science and technology of any given human society. It indicates the progress. It indicates the progress in lifestyle. The progress in lifestyle, it is because of the culture. And the progress of science, technology, music, literature, etc. In a given society, culture makes human society magnificent, meaningful and unique. It makes the human society, culture make a human society a meaningful and beautiful and unique. The word culture is used in a specific sense in sociology and anthropology. So it is used a specific sense both in sociology and anthropology. Culture means transfer of knowledge. It means the transfer of knowledge, experience, belief, values, behaviors and hierarchy, relationship from generation to generation. So it is the transfer of knowledge. Culture is the transfer of knowledge because we learn many things from our ancestors. So the culture, it is a transfer of knowledge. And the experience, our ancestors, they express their experiences and we come to know about the knowledge. Then the belief, traditions, customs, behavior, hierarchy and relationship from one generation to another generation. And hence culture is called as a system of life and knowledge shared among the social group. It is a system of life and knowledge shared among a social group. So it is a transfer of a knowledge, experience, values, behavior and relationship from one generation to another generation. It means it is a life pattern of a group of people. Culture is a life pattern of a group of people. It contains the life symbol along along with the beliefs and values. What it contains? It contains the life symbol along with the beliefs and values. Life symbol along with the beliefs and the value of life, and they are transferred from one generation to another generation. These beliefs, values, they transfer from one generation to another generation. So the culture means it is a transfer of knowledge, it is a transfer of behavior, it is a transfer of beliefs and values and relationship from one generation to another generation. Now the word culture is derived from a Latin word colere. Colere means the cultivate or tend to cultivate or tend in Latin. Colere, it means cultivate. Colere means cultivate. Colere is a Latin word. It means cultivate. Here it cultivate the beliefs or the values, behavior to all the human being. So it transfer the values, beliefs and the behaviors to everyone. So the colere means cultivate or tend in Latin. During medieval period, culture was in the form of agriculture to indicate the improvement yield of shown seeds. By 18th and 19th century, it came to indicate the human behavioral patterns. It came to be known as human behavioral patterns. According to the E.B. Taylor, culture is that complex whole which include the knowledge. Culture, it is a whole that includes knowledge, belief, art, rules and regulation. So according to the Taylor who was a sociologist, he defined culture. It is that it is a complex whole which includes about the knowledge, belief, art, rules and regulations, tradition and any other capabilities earned by the human being as a member of the society. And there are different type of culture. Culture is divided into material culture and non-material culture. These are the two type of culture. Material culture includes all those physical objects that are visible to eyes. Here the physical objects, here the material culture includes those physical objects that are visible to eyes and the tools used by the human beings. The tools used by the human beings, that is a material culture. And non-material culture includes the thoughts, ideas, beliefs and values. These are the non-material culture. We cannot see it. It cannot be visible. It is non-visible. Non-material values or non-material culture, it is a non-visible. We cannot see it. But objects, the objects we can see it. So these are the two type of culture. The thoughts we cannot see it. Ideas we cannot see it. Beliefs and values we cannot see all these culture. So they are called as the non-material culture. Now the features of culture, both here the sociologists, they divided culture into two parts, material culture and the non-material culture. Both are human made. Both are human made. Both material culture and non-material culture, both are made by both are produced by made and produced by human being. According to Taylor, Material culture is created by human being by converting the natural resource into man-made resources like the house, building, bridge, road, dam, machines, production center, industries, computers, technology and others. These are all created by the human being. Human beings created a number of things. For example, he constructed the houses, buildings, bridge, dam, then producing centers, industries, computer, technology. How he produced all these? He created all these by using the natural resources, and that is material culture is called civilization. Material culture is called as a civilization. Material culture undergoes changes swiftly. Material culture is called as a civilization and it undergoes changes. Non-material culture means human achievements, tradition, belief, rituals and customs, moral values, ideals, art, literature, religion, language and many others are the examples of the non-material culture. These are the two types of cultures. Now the features of culture. The first one is culture is abstract. Culture means the lifestyle of the social group. Culture, it is a lifestyle of a social group. The accepted way of life is carried from one generation to another generation. Expected life is carried on from one generation to another generation, and this process of shifting remains abstract. Hence it is abstract because the accepted way of life carried one generation to another generation. Now culture is a social. Culture is social. Culture is not personal. It is not a personal, but culture is social. It means sharing the community's way of life. It shares the community's way of life, but not the way of a person. So it is culture is social. Here the food habits, dress, rituals, living with them. Hence culture is social, but not a personal. Now culture is learned. Culture is learned. Here it doesn't come by birth. Culture doesn't come by birth, but it is learned from the others. It is not nature made either. This get formed in interaction with various members of the society. We learn the culture with assembling the elders or assembling with other members of the society. When we mix with other members of the society, we learned the culture. We learn some ideas, we learn some thoughts, we understand some traditions, customs, values and some other knowledges from the members of the society. So it is learnt, but it is not nature made. It is not natural. It doesn't come by birth. Now culture means coexistence. It is a coexistence. Culture provides opportunity to everyone, every individual to share his ideas with other. Here the society or culture, it provides opportunity to everyone or every individual to share his ideas. We share our ideas, we express our ideas, beliefs to others. Thus culture assures sharing opportunities. So the culture, it assures sharing with others. We mix with others. Now culture is a continuous process. It is a continuous process. Every culture grows, imbibing new aspects into it. It imbibes, it grows, imbibing new aspects into it through art. Though art imagination, rules and regulations get formulated into complex environment. It sustains itself with a minor changes. It sustains itself into a minor changes. Now culture is a diverse. It is diverse in form. Every social group has its own culture. Every social group, many social groups are there in one community or in one society. So every social group has its own culture. Hence culture is not uniform. We cannot see a uniformity in culture, uniform culture in one society. Aspect of culture like the custom, moral values, art, belief, language differ from one society to another society. So the food habits, dress, rules and regulations, traditions, custom, they differ from one society to another society. And the difference is also visible in rural and urban and tribal society. We can also see the differences in rural, urban and tribal societies. In urban society, the lifestyle of the people is different, whereas in urban society, rural society, the lifestyle of the people is different, and in urban areas, their lifestyle is different. At the same time, the lifestyle of the people who are living in the tribal society, it is different because their lifestyle is different. Their food habit, dress, traditions, customs are different. So the culture is diverse. We can say different type of culture from one society to another society. Now the importance of culture. Culture is a treasure of knowledge. It is a treasure of knowledge because it provides the knowledge needed for the social and physical existence. It provides knowledge for the existence of the social and physical existence of human being. Animals survive and get adjusted with the natural environment with the help of the instinct. The animals, they get adjusted with their natural environment. Human beings have to utilize their learned knowledge in order to survive. But here, human beings, he utilize their learned knowledge. He utilize his knowledge in order to survive himself. But animals, they get adjusted with their natural environment. But in society, every human being, he utilize his knowledge in order to survive himself. Knowledge is a part of here language, which is a part of the culture. The future generation is guided by the present generation using the language as a tool. Using the language as a tool, we come to know about the future. Future generation is guided by the present generation by using the tool called the language. So the language is part of culture. Language is very important because it guides the future generation. The present and past knowledge is stored in the form of proverbs. Present and the past knowledge, it is stored in the form of proverbs. Form of proverbs means Gade Matagalu, it is preserved. The future and past knowledge is preserved in the form of proverbs or in Gade Matagalu or Nanudi. Paintings, folk songs, writings and passed into the next generation either orally or in written texts. So that is passed to next generation either orally or in literary documents. So the culture is the treasure of knowledge. Now culture explains the situations. Culture explains the situation. what type of situation is there in society, what type of condition is there in a society. That is explained by the culture. Culture explains the situation of particular period of time. It explains the situation of a particular time. The studies of culture reveal the evolution of human society in relation to the contemporary situations. The caves and architecture of temple in and around Aihole and Badami of Bagalkot reveal the progress of human society that a particular period. They reveals the temples and caves of Badami, Aihole and Pattadkallu. They reveals the progress of human society during that time. Now the culture defines values. It also defines the value. Value is the tool that analyzes the attitude. Value which analyzes the attitude of the person, behavior of a society. It analyze, it examine the attitude, behavior and thoughts of a particular society. The value advocated by our constitution keeps equality. People are expected to live without discrimination based on the caste, creed and gender and language. This value orientation creates a thought process. Now culture explains behavioral models. It also explains the behavioral models. It provides aims and means to achieve them to human society. It supports those behaviors that are contemporary to social aims. It punishes those behaviors that are against the social aims. It also punishes who are against the behavior social aims. It also punishes those who are against the social aims. The correction done by the teacher and the elder whenever undesirable behavior happens in children is an example for this process. So culture explains behavioral models. Now the importance and the significance of cultural rituals and diversity. As we witness one or the other cultural ritual every day, discussion on every such ritual is difficult. Discussion on every such ritual. Discussion on such ritual is very difficult. Hence we shall concentrate on few examples. They are fair are the most important cultural ritual of the rural society. The fairs, these are the most important cultural rituals of rural societies of India. A fair is not only a religious expression, it also functions as a temporary market for the neighboring village. It is not only a religious expression, it also functions as a temporary market for the neighboring villages, because in fairs, all type of items will be there. In a fair, all type of items will sell. The sellers, the shopkeepers, they sell all type of items, agricultural items, household items, toys. So all type of materials are available in the fairs. So it is not only a religious ritual, but it is a temporary market for the neighboring villages. It is a place where agriculture produce is sold or brought. It is a place where agricultural equipments are produced, is sold or brought. This market is utilized to sell or buy domestic animals also. Fairs, domestic animals are sold and brought. and they are also window for entertainment. Soon after the harvest season, the people participate in fair irrespective of their caste, creed, religion, language. Means all the people participate in the fair without any discrimination. Group of people who participate in this fair belong to different language, customs and cultural group. They also differ in their physical appearance, but they assemble in these fairs to celebrate. Means without any discrimination of caste, creed, religion, language, all the people assemble and to celebrate the fair. Similarly, during the Republic Day celebration, the entire nation's cultural diversity is showcased. At the time of national festivals, for example, Independence Day, Republic Day, it is entire nation's cultural diversity is showcased. Here, tables depicting various cultural aspects of India get displayed at our capital city. Here they display the rural life of the northern Karnataka is displayed along with another tabule displaying the rural Rajasthani. Another tabule they display about their traditions and custom. And the people of Karnataka, they also explain, they also display their traditions and custom. Like every state, they display their own traditions, customs, folk song, etc. At the time of the Republic Day celebration. Every year Republic Day celebrations showcase our unity in diversity. So we express through these celebrations, we express our showcase our unity in diversity. And at the same time, language is also another example for this cultural expression. Language is also the example for the cultural expression. Through language, Kannadigas, the people of Karnataka, they express their ideas, thoughts through their own mother tongue. Like the people of Maharashtra, they express their thoughts, ideas, beliefs, traditions and customs through their mother tongue. So the people of different regions, they express their knowledge, ideas, thoughts, beliefs, traditions and customs through their mother tongue. So language is also one of the important aspect of cultural expression. That is the importance of the culture.